Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, I'll we can probably. Do you want to do a WrestleMania wrap up one?
Um, I mean, we can. I
Yeah.
mean, it could be a quick. I think I'd almost want to do just a reaction, not like a rundown the card, just because the show was so damn long
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing a, hey, here's our general thoughts and feelings.
Right.
Um, and if worst comes to worst, depending on how far along I am and set up and stuff, like, we could just, you know, simply record it over a broadcast and then do the same thing, turn it into an episode if I don't have everything set up yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
But yeah, I think I would be. We can see it. Let's see how the weekend goes. See where I'm at, and then um, yeah, go from there.
Okay.
But yeah, just the basic. I don't want to go match by match. That's just gonna hurt.
It was too much. Yeah, it was
It's
too
just
much just in
way,
general.
and all those review sites I was looking at, everybody was saying the same thing. They're like, it's just you're gonna kill the enjoyment of WrestleMania, and nobody leaves wanting more. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you have to have the people leaving wanting more. And God, when people are begging for the show to end, like that's
It's
not
terrible.
good.
It's really
That's not
terrible.
good. You know, so they're lucky that the crowd came back to life for Taker, especially with the retirement stuff, because man, once we hit past that 3 hour mark, they were just done.
I was kind of yeah, I was kind of done.
I was
Like
done. We
yeah,
yeah, of course. I mean, it's
we
just
were
like this is too
we were
much
tired.
wrestling. It's way too much. And it's a Sunday, you know, it's like, come on, man. Like, your show does not need to go past midnight. That's fucked up.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, a Sunday. I thought that too. Like, it really like people need to go to bed and work in the morning. You know,
Right.
like
I gotta work, man. Some kids gotta go to school, you know.
right.
Kids probably didn't even get to watch the whole damn thing.
It's pretty
Poor guys.
crazy. Yeah, it was too much,
Yeah.
I would say. But like, I mean, it was a satisfying program. I just wouldn't say that. Yeah, like you need to invest in that amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I went back and rewatched that pop with the Hardys coming out, and holy shit, that was the pop of the night. The
Oh
place
yeah,
came unglued.
for sure.
Came absolutely unglued. Okay, looks like we're live here. Oh, we got one person watching. That's not me. That's
Oh,
impressive.
interesting. Interesting.
Yes, hello, whoever you are. Okay, so I
Who's
gotta go, so you can
subscribed?
start whenever.
All right, so yeah, we're back with Tearaway Unfolded, the March PlayStation Plus games. Again, we apologize that we didn't get this out before the end of the month because we were kind of busy and we were watching WrestleMania and there's a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were smart enough, and you know, in most cases, our viewership is really smart. They are adding these games to their library, and if you're adding the games to the library, you can play them whenever you want.
Yes, absolutely.
So Eric, I don't know if you actually had a chance to play this game though, right?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah. So hence the getting busy, and yeah, and I, for whatever reason, I even forgot to put it in my library. So
Okay.
double whammy on
Oh
me.
dang, Eric.
Um, but I did see the trailer. I will give you this. I did watch the trailer. Dang it.
Okay.
You know, as I was
So
watching, you know, when I'm getting prepped up for these things. So.
what are your thoughts, even just like even not even just by itself, but with the game itself, right, that you're seeing in those trailers, but what are your thoughts about
Hmm.
how it looks, I guess, because that's the first thing that everybody would take from this game.
Post-it notes.
Yeah.
Like that really the whole time whenever I see it, when I saw the trailer and as I'm watching it being played now, like I mean it's what I'm thinking about is post-it notes.
Right.
Now if I remember right, wasn't this a PC game first?
No, this
Or
was
am I
actually,
wrong on
I
that?
think it might have been on, it might have been on PS3, I think
Okay.
initially. And then it got updated and then put out here on the PlayStation 4. The
Hmm.
interesting thing about this game is that it's made actually from the same people that made Big Planet, and we
Hmm.
got a chance to play the game, the third one that was offered, I think, last month.
That
Um,
was last month, yeah.
Oddly enough, that game wasn't actually made by them. That wasn't made by Media Molecule. So
Hmm.
it's kind of interesting to just see, like, you know, what's the difference between that game, which was like a big staple for them as a company, in this game, which is now clearly, like you said, like it's like papercraft. Like everything in here
Yep.
is something that you could imagine somebody like building an entire diorama or world with little bits of paper and things like glued all over the place. And I gotta say that, initially I didn't really think much of this game. I was kind of going into it sort of blind, like thinking like, all right, well, it might be fun. It's got some interesting elements to it. It seems like as a player, the person, or like you as a person, come into play a lot, because you're kind of like the person watching over this little dude in this universe. And you're helping with a lot of different like gestures on, like in this case, I can swipe left and right and kind of make the wind go back and forth on the touchpad. So they have cool little elements like that that are like adding to the game. Like, it adds a different level of gameplay to this. But it's still at its core, like it's just it's a platformer. It's a classic platformer.
I like the element of utilizing the touchpad.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really not utilized much.
It kind of was
aside
like
from
when
just using it as a button.
Remember, like it's either a button or like you didn't play Infamous, but I played that one. And they used it for like different like picking up power-ups and stuff like that too, and recharging. So like, yeah, you're right. Like we definitely haven't really seen like the full capabilities of this touchpad.
No, and there were some. Maybe it was Arkham Knight, but something let you actually zoom in and out of the map by using the touchpad. I thought that's really cool. Utilizing that. So I mean, I'd love to see more games try to utilize it more in their games. So it's kind of neat that they have that in this.
Yeah, and to add to that, right? I kind of want to show here on the broadcast, those of you joining us on YouTube, you can do some really cool things with the touchpad, where you can actually kind of create additional parts. Like let's say I wanted to, case in point in this game, right? There's certain parts in the game where it asks you to build something. There's also a moment where they're trying to constantly break the fourth wall, where me as the viewer is in control of things, helping out this little guy. But at the same time, it's also like I'm trying to build things for the little guy too as well. So you can actually touch on the touchpad sometimes during different parts, and you can create those papercraft items. So one instance it had me create like the wings for a butterfly, and another instance it had me create a crown. And it like shows up occasionally in the game, reminding you built that. You can take that item that you built and you can actually use it as like a wearable item for your little character. So it's really funny, like that I'll actually show it here. I'll kind of jump into here. There's a whole crafting menu that allows you to like just basically recreate your character. So I'm gonna open up this little crafting menu here. You get to from R3, and it allows you to like, I built a hat earlier. It's terrible. It looks terrible. I'm not really great with the touchpad, but you can do some stuff with this. So let's see if I can get into it. I'm gonna go to the crafting part. So the crafting part gives you like this little layout here, where it allows you to like you actually use the touchpad to draw things. So I can actually draw little tracings.
That's crazy, and if you think about that too, for those that aren't watching, if you're able to see the touchpad on your controller, it's like you have a pretty small space to work with.
It's pretty small.
So it can be I can definitely see where that would be a challenge. But it looks like you're able to just completely trace what you want, and then it becomes a paper piece.
Right. So then a lot of the times I'm using motion controls too as well. So this is a game that does heavily use motion controls, and I do think like if you were like maybe like a parent and you wanted a nice game to play with your kids and everything there too, I think you could enjoy this game. I would say that it's probably not for most of us. Ultimately,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it does appeal only to a specific crowd, really overall. But it's a wonderful like piece of artwork, I would say. Like even
Mm-hmm.
just looking at little pieces like flapping in the wind like they were grass. Like it's cool how they make these elements kind of work together, basically.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's good that they offer this kind of stuff, even if it really doesn't, it's not in our demographic. It's still good to have. It's not to say like it's competition to Nintendo, but it's there because a lot of people have the PS4. Like myself, it's the all-in-one media system that I use. We use it for
Right.
watching TV, Netflix, movies. This thing is used every single day in my household. So there are families that probably utilize it the same way. So you know what? And if they have a PlayStation Plus account, which they probably do, because if it's a father or a mother that likes to game,
Right.
Heck yeah, every once in a while, absolutely drop these games like this, like Little Big Planet, like this, so they can have something that's a little more family friendly. Of course, for the hardcore gamers, this is stupid, It's like, At first, and I'm guilty of that too. I complained a lot too about the different offerings, but it's like you have to have this variety.
Right.
You have to. I think it's a good thing, even if it's something I'm not gonna play. It's like, hey, you know what? Who cares? Not only the free games, but we're getting deep discounts on a lot of stuff every week.
Yeah.
In addition to the free stuff. So yeah, I really think it's a good thing to do. We gotta have that. Gotta have that variety.
Yeah. So I do think that like from my point of view, I would say I had a lot of fun playing this game. It's a solid little platformer. It's got a nice little like pretty whimsical kind of story to go along with it. And it's this really like charming universe. And it's really well done. I mean, like everything in this game looks like something that somebody built with actual paper. So
right.
I think in general, like it's pretty much like when I think of like high-end graphics and I think of like artwork and stuff there too, I think some of the simplest things that you can do with even just a super high-end technology that we have, that's the best stuff most of the time. And it can basically like really leave you awestruck, even though it's something that you think is like really really simple when it comes down to it.
Right.
So I feel like it's a give it a shot. I think it's a game that like if you had a chance to play it, see how far you can get through it. And I think like even if you were, we play games like Mario, we play games like that are kind of childish in general there too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking that this game like might not appeal to you because it has that atmosphere, I think like we play other games like that. We play
Yep.
Zelda, we play Mario, we play Mario Kart. Like this game can kind of follow along that same type of game. So yeah,
Yep.
I think it's a good shot
Absolutely.
for me. Pretty much, I did
Yep.
like it overall.
I would agree. I am in that camp also, in addition to.
Awesome. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the about to wrap it up here for our video broadcast and the podcast in general here. So if you're listening to us, thanks again for downloading us on Podomatic or on iTunes or on there. And we're on gamesandgimmicks.com and on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. So and even on Twitch now too as well. Good God, and Instagram. Oh my God, we're like everywhere.
Wow.
Eric.
We're just all over the social media nether realm. So, whatever your guilty pleasure may be, you will find us there with you. So follow along, tag along with us, like certain things that we do. Give us some ratings if you can.
Yeah.
We just love, just again, boosts our self-esteem so much, makes me feel so much better about myself, and in all honesty, keeps me off our employee assistance program from depression. So,
Well,
really,
even if you
rate the
don't
stuff.
like something that we're doing, please
Tell us you don't like it.
Yeah, like
Dude,
I
be
would
honest.
even laugh
Yeah.
to hear or see something like that. So like,
Absolutely.
not that we're probably gonna really respond to it, but even still, it'd be kind of awesome.
No,
to see
we're
that.
absolutely not going to. We're probably just going to laugh at it and make fun of it because this is America. That's what we do. So, yeah, that's a terrible thing to say. Anyhow, end of the
America,
day.
that's how E-Huffy ends it.
End it with America. Oh, my goodness, yes. Let's see, on the horizon, So obviously, if you're keeping tabs on our pages, we're trying to do a lot more of Games and Gimmicks plays, whether it be the Poor Ass Gamer plays, and even myself, E Huffy plays. I'm trying to get some gaming clips in there so you guys can see what we've been playing. So we don't have time for what you're playing, man. We're actually going to physically show you what we are playing.
Yes.
And we were just discussing earlier the possibility we may have a reaction episode for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Since the show was north of 7.5 hours in length, we don't think running down match by match is a very entertaining episode. I think that would just put everybody in pain. So we may do a general thoughts and reactions to that show. How did you feel? So that's a possibility. We're not going to say for sure. We're not 100% sure yet, but who knows?
I'm still
that's why you got to stay
my
tuned to all of our stuff.
So if that's any case, like,
yeah,
it's a lot
I'm still there. It's And then what's too bad is that was so long. Like I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about NXT. That was Saturday, and that was fantastic. You know, it makes you forget about all the other good stuff that happened that weekend. So interesting times.
Yeah, so I think that pretty much wraps up the episode. So thanks again for listening. Again, we're on gamesandgimmicks.com, so feel free to check us out. And thanks again for watching and listening.
Until next time.